Okay, so I'm looking kind of crazy, y'all. Today is Friday. It's about 4 a.m. Tried to put some lipstick on. It's your girl, the 1111 coach. I'm gonna leave my light on while I'm driving. I thought I would come on. I haven't been doing any videos, any tarot videos lately. And not that I haven't been doing tarot or I dropped tarot. It's just that I needed to work on something. I needed to work on the craft for me. Like, I needed to work on my own downloads. I needed to get back connected to source for me. I needed to hear my messages. Because we know that there are, like, you know, there's 4 things that I say that everyone deserves, right? It's 4 things so that you can have a squared life. Okay? And we all deserve relationships that are love-based. We all deserve healthy physical bodies. We all deserve multiple streams of income that satisfies our needs and our desires. And we all, each and every one of us, deserves to walk in our purpose, which would be a work that satisfies our deepest desires and passions. And when we can integrate those things, then we are living our best life. Ooh, it's not centered. I thought it was centered. Gotta watch the road. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to come on today, because I'm going to start doing my videos again, but there's some things that I'm transitioning, that's, you know, transitioning in my life. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I'll talk about it later. But I got some good things going on in my life right now. And I ooh, am I going the right way? Yeah. I don't want to talk about them right now, but I will share them later. But today I had a conversation with a young lady that I work with, who is very intelligent. She's very intellectual. I like her. I know that when she first met me, she didn't like me. She wanted to compete with me. Why? I don't know. I don't know why people want to compete with me, because I'm not even a competitive person. I'm not even that competitive, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's very intelligent, very intellectual, and I guess like she noticed, and I also noticed, and she noticed, and you know, that people come and talk to me about spirituality, even though I never talk about spirituality. Like, I don't have to talk about it for people to come and talk to me about it. And she always like, people always coming to talk to her about energy and I'm like, you know, but she never asked me any questions, you know, but she would just always be standing there like, why is people always coming here talking to you about God? And because that, even though I know that they know it's something peculiar about me, God, the phone keep on shifting. It's something peculiar about me, the people that I work with. I know that they know that, but I never talk about it because I know that in the atmosphere that I work in, especially the atmosphere that I work in, if I start talking about that stuff, you know, I'm gonna, you know, create chaos. So, and people ask me, even people I'm working with, like because they want to know, like, you know, like, what is it? But anyway, she finally said something to me today. She finally said, she was like, oh, you know, my mom is mad at me because I don't be wanting to go to church. And, you know, she's like, I just don't be wanting to go. She was like, I would see it beneficial like that. So I said, well, church is beneficial. You know, I was like, if you're going through something and you need, you know, and you need like some type of support, like if you need emotional support and you don't have family members, you know, that you could trust, like blood relatives, and you don't have friends, then yes, you can seek out refuge from a church, you know, like they'll, like, you know, you can, you know, that don't necessarily mean that you're going to get what you need. You know, you got to make sure that, you know, that you align yourself with the proper congregation, because there's a lot of congregations out here that's going to suck you dry. But I digress. Me and her was speaking, we were just speaking straight up, right? Not me getting into all that, where are you going, and, you know, make sure I ain't have to do all that. That's not what she was, that wasn't what she really was seeking. So I was like, you know, church is beneficial, you know, it's beneficial to some people. I was like, but I told her, I was like, when you go to church, I was like, you gotta make sure that you read for yourself. So you're gonna go, you're gonna sit. And she was like, oh, I went to Bible study, I did all that stuff. And I was like, all right, so you need to read your Bible then, you know, and come up with your own interpretation. And not to say like just like your own interpretation, but I'm just like, you know, how do you feel about it? You know, have like your own mind, have like your own thoughts. Like, don't just be a follower of the congregation, because as we know, there's a lot of ministers out here that's just not right. Okay, that's what it is. So you need to read the Bible for yourself. I was like, as long as you read the Bible for yourself, then you'll be okay, because, you know, it's gonna build up your inner man. And she's like, well, I'm educated, I go to college, you know, I'm almost done, you know, and, you know, you know, she was like, you know, I don't see how it can help me. I don't see how me reading the Bible could help me, because what she was talking about was the origin of the Bible. She was like, just the origin of the Bible alone just baffles me. Like, what is this? She was like, she said the word science. That's what I want to say. The word science, scientific. And I said, well, science is in the Bible. And then when I said that, she was like, what? I'm like, yes, science is in the Bible. And this is how you know that science is in the Bible, right? So remember the First Testament, right? Excuse me, the First Testament. The first chapter of Genesis, right? Talks about how Eden, the Garden of Eden, was created, right? How it was all beautiful. How God created the Garden of Eden. How he separated the waters from the waters, right? And how he made the ground and all of the grass and the trees, right? And how they water themselves, right? The water just came from beneath the ground and watered them. There was no rainfall. Like, it watered itself. Like, the ground watered itself, right? And he created the trees, and then he created the animals. He created Adam. He created Eve, right? And then all of a sudden, right, you see Adam and Eve go through their little thing, and then they get kicked out of that beautiful place that God created. And scientifically, if you look at the Garden of Eden and you compare it to what's going on in this realm, in the physical realm, then you can look at the Bermuda Triangle, right? So all 4 of those rivers, and I can't think of all. I'm like, I'm driving and I'm like, even when I was standing there with her, I was like, what is the name of those rivers? I know it's the Euphrates, and I learned this a long time ago. But that's what made me believe the Bible, because talking about the Bermuda Triangle, and if you look at the Bermuda Triangle, there's 4 specific rivers that in the Bible talks about that went through the Garden of Eden. And if you look on the map even now, you can see those 4 rivers go through the Bermuda Triangle. Okay? And people get lost when they go there. Right? You never see them again. Or you hear all these different stories, right? There's no ships. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. Let me move over. Can I get over? Okay. There's no ships that ever survive going through there. It's like you hear all of these different stories about that specific area. And why? Because there are cherubs that have been placed there to keep people out of that area. And I don't know if people ever survived. If you ever heard of them surviving, I bet you that they don't have no story about what happened, about why they was gone for so long. Because right there, that's where the Garden of Eden is. And it doesn't matter what we do. We've been kicked out of that part. We've been excluded from that part. You cannot go. It's no turns here. What? Oh, come on. What the heck is going on here? All right. So, I just wanted to just mention that the Bible is real, y'all. The Bible is definitely real. They want you not to believe the Bible. And what she was saying, it was like the origin of the Bible. And I get it. I get it. I really do get it, because they have all of these different versions, and then they tell you King James Version, right? And the thing about the King James Version is that he didn't write it. He had nothing to do with the text of the Bible. He ain't had nothing to do with it. He had absolutely nothing to do with it. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, y'all. I gotta watch the road. I'm driving on the highway. Oh, that's so bad. I gotta get myself together. Okay. He had nothing to do with it. He was just reigning at that time, and during that time they had to put his name on it and call it his version, because he reigned at that time. But he ain't had nothing to do with what was written in the text of the Bible. No, he just reigned, and I hear people say, oh, King James, he was homosexual, he was this, he was a pedophile. I hear all kinds of things. I be standing there like, but he didn't write the Bible. And if you read the Bible, it would say. So one other thing that she said was, she said, I tried to read it and now I just gave up. I was like, yeah, because you didn't have an intention, right? So when people come into spirituality, right, they usually come in with an intention, right? Unless you just doing it because this is what your family make you do, right? This is what your family wants you to do, right? Most of the time, you got to come seeking something, right? So you knocking on the door and you seeking something. You're seeking knowledge, you're seeking wealth, you're seeking healing, or you're seeking love, right? It's the 4 basic things that I always say, right? So if you come into spirituality, you come into love, you come into spirituality, you come into religion, you're seeking something. Unless you just doing it, did I miss it? Unless you just doing it because, I can't do, I see now I cannot do my videos and drive because I done missed my stop again. I done missed my exit. Okay. Which way am I supposed to go now? Oh, I gotta go this way. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. this guy do a U-turn? Most people that come into spirituality, they come in seeking 4 basic things. Okay, it's 4 basic things that you're coming and you're seeking. You're seeking love, wealth, some type of healing, health, love, wealth, health, or guidance, direction. Okay, that's it. It's nothing else that we seek in this realm, right? People like, oh, I want power. Power over what? You just want power? People don't just want power. They want power for a reason. You want power, why? Because you want money. You want power, why? Why you want power? It's always the reason why people want power. Most of the time, people want power because they want to have money. Most of the time. They want power. I mean, for me, I would get the money first. Because power come with money. But some people, they just seek power, because, that's just, But, I just wanted to just drop that. That was something that I learned. That helped me to accept the Bible on a scientific level, on a practical level, on a real life experience level, like why the Bible is real. And there's some other things. It's a lot of other things. And Bible study is important, but I don't know if it's not a lot of churches out here that's really teaching practical Bible study that's going to help an intellectual mind or a scientific mind to accept what's going on around them, as to accept the integration of spirituality in the natural world. Like, it's hard for people, and I get it. I really do get it, because like I said, when I was younger, it was hard for me. But I studied the Bible at a very, very, very young age. Like, I was like in like the 7th grade, and I was upset, and I'm gonna be very honest. I was upset because I had to go to church all the time, and I didn't understand why I always had to go to church. So I started reading the Bible, and I started getting my answers. Like, who is this Jesus? Why my father make me pray all the time? Like, why I have to learn how to speak in tongues? Why he wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning saying we all gonna go in the living room and pray? And even though I saw things going on in the world, like, it was natural to me. I saw, now that I'm older, I realized that there was supernatural things going on in my life. Like, miracles that was happening in my own household when I look back, that I didn't realize was supernatural or miraculous. Like, things like, it was a lot of things. Like, things like our lights get cut off and then they come right back on. How did it happen? Because nobody ain't had no money. Like, we ain't had no food, but we ate. Like, things like that. Like, somebody showed up with some food with us because we prayed. Like, things like that. That was normal to me. Like, praying for what I want and getting it, I thought that's how you get what you want. I didn't realize that not everybody who pray get what they want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know if I pray for something, I get what I want. I'm gonna get it. And if I don't get what I want, I'm getting something better. And the only time that I'm not gonna get what I want is if I'm out of alignment. That means I built up some negative karma, right? I'm not in alignment. I'm doubting God. I'm in my ego, something like that, you know? And I had to learn that, though. And I learned them lessons. I went through that stuff. So I just wanted to come on here, and I just wanted to share this because I said, well, I'm not doing tarot readings, but I'm going through a lot of things at work now, right? Because people coming up to me wanting to have these spiritual conversations or these spiritual debates. And it's like, I'm like, bruh, I don't even care. Like, I'm like standing there like, well, how the hell did this happen? Like, that ain't even what we talking about. And then my co-workers, my team members standing there like, what the hell? They're like, what is this? Like, why is this happening in your And I know why. I do know why. Like, of course I know why, but I'm just like, why? Because they not supposed to know. So it's like, here we go. Oh shit, the mask coming off. Now they about to know. I don't want, and you know what? I'm about to say it. I didn't want to mix my business life with my spiritual life, but I guess that I'm going through that right now, and I have to find a balance. There's some truth for y'all. All right, collective. So maybe that's what y'all going through. Like, you're going to have to figure out how to balance your spiritual life with your practical life, your business life, your personal life. And I hear the why the energy drop on that? People don't like this. Hey, it might not be easy. I could hear what's going on. So just so that y'all know, one of my gifts is that I could hear when energy rises, and I could hear when energy drops, and the energy dropped for that. So that let me know that most people are not going to like what I'm saying right now. And so we gotta take the mask off. And I don't want to, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want people to know how deep in spirituality that I am, because people got some fucked up wishes and desires, and I don't like people trying to latch on to me because they want to feed. I don't like people feeding off me. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Like, I don't like people trying to feed off me in that way. And the reason why is because people got fucked up wishes and desires, and I don't like to teach people if I don't know their nature. If I don't, sometimes it takes me a while. As an empath, it does. It takes me a while to decipher the nature of someone, because I always want to see the good, because I know because I know where I came from. I know the things that I've done, and I know that I changed. So I always want to see the light in the person, no matter what, no matter what someone has ever said about them, no matter what I've heard. I have to have my own experience, because people change, and I would not want someone to hold my past against me, to hold my shortcomings or my failures against me. So I don't do that to people, because I know where I came from. I know how bad that things was for me. I know that I was around a lot of people that was just not for me. I was around a lot of negative people. I was around a lot of people that was using me, and I didn't understand why. I knew that they was using me. I wasn't that naive. I was trying to understand why. Like, why was this happening to me? Because on some level, there was a level where I knew, like, even like with people that was supposed to be I was supporting, I was supposed to be looking up to, Like, you know, like they were supposed to be my teacher, and I'm like, why is this person doing this to me? And so I wanted to I was the type of person like, all right, if somebody's hurting me, I'm not just like, before I storm away, because I'm a storm away. I'm going to take my ball and go home soon. I'm not just going. But first, I want to know why. So I always try to like figure out why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, did I do something? That's the first thing that pops in your head, right? Did I do something? All right. No, I didn't do nothing. All right. So why is this person intentionally hurting me? Why is this person going out there with? Why is this person having a lack of compassion towards me when I know how I'm being towards them? This is the type of thing, and I would, and that whole thing that would keep me around them, because I wanted to understand like why is this happening? I was always like that person that wanted to know, wait a minute, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And if I got to a point where I could not, like, you know, like unravel the yarn ball, then I just stepped off, and I would just fucking give up. Now I'm giving up. But I would try to I was the type of person that would try to unravel the yarn ball. Like, I'm gonna try to get it. Let me try to figure this out. Like, because I'm like, did I do something? You know, that's, you know, we know what that is, right? Okay, I'm just gonna say devil card. That's all I'm gonna say. And people think that the devil card is a bad card. That's not a bad card. Right? We're gonna go right into tarot. It's not a bad card. None of the major arcana cards are bad. They're not bad. They come to bring balance to your life. Some of them we might not like to see at certain times, but that doesn't make them bad. None of them are bad. They all come to help to give you jewels in your crown, to put jewels in your staff. That's what all of these major arcanas come. You know? So I love you with that agape kind of love. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you for everything that you've ever done for me and humanity. And I will see you on the next video.